Hey everyone, LeMonde here again. Let's look at Gizmos. This is the second edition of Gizmos. It says now with a plastic dispenser. Here in Australia, as of about May 2023, it's priced at roughly $65 when you buy it in store. It's a great little game. I have played this one, but I haven't opened this box. Played it at a friend's place, absolutely loved it. It's a great introductory game for people who may not be into board games yet, obviously, because we'd love them to play with us a bit more. So I'd highly recommend getting this one. But let's have a look. Let's get straight into it, see what's in the box. Look at that artwork, lovely artwork. It's brand new in shrink wrap at the moment. Side of the box, let's have a look there. Gizmos, it sort of like evokes that sort of like fun feel to it. You can see the cartoon like pictures that are there, but quite very, what's the word I want there? Lost for words. I'll come back to that word. It's made by LeMonde Games, or Common, depending on the way you want to say it. You can see there again the side there. You can see there 2 to 4 players, recommended age 14 and above. About an hour or less maybe, depending on your group's level of understanding of the game or how many games they might have played before that they can relate this to and therefore catch hold of easily. As I said, it is an easy game though. So Gizmos, the Great Science Fair approaches. You can read it all when you buy it. Shows there the contents there. You can pause, have a look at that if you want. And you can see there down the bottom all the other stuff there. LeMonde Global, LeMonde.com. You can see there. Okay, let's open it up the way I normally do it. I do have a brand new knife for those of you who notice those sorts of things. I love to go down the edges, down the sides. As you know, just take off the back, keep the plastic on the front as much as possible. It is a protective coating. This is the way that I view it. I see it, and away comes that back. Throw the plastic onto the ground to my left, and let's bring that up slowly. You can see sort of there, I'm slowly opening that up. Sneak peek. Nothing on the inside of the box. That's fine. We can live with that. You know how much I love artwork that continues on the inside. And so you can see there that artwork, and it does in fact continue on the sides of the box. They're both the same artwork on the sides, and again top and bottom has the same artwork. That one's upside down. Let's get into the unboxing. What's in here? Gizmos as a list of effects, so that's a nice little piece of paper that you can refer to about that. File triggers, pick triggers, it's got the artwork there. Build triggers, we can see effects down there. Generic gizmos, converters that we have there, explains them all quite nicely. Upgrades, increases, negators, discounts, extra awards, we can see there. Chain reaction examples, and that is a feature of the game which does make it a little bit more involved, but it also makes it fun at the same time. If you are an advanced gamer, help your friends out as they play for the first time so that they can understand what chains or chaining is all about. Put that to one side. Another little, this is actually I was going to say it's a little reference, but it's not. It's the four-page rules booklet. You can see there, showing you what's inside there, how to assemble the dispenser. So there's the dispenser there, which is a lovely feature of this game. It has marbles in, which we'll see. Setup, how we set it up, rows 1, 2, and 3, we can see there. The dispenser, the player dashboard, it explains all of that there. And then finally, as we've seen on the little reference card, a few more things about research, about chain reactions, and triggering the end of the game, as well as the credits from the LeMonde people. Put that one on that side. Let's open it up. We have little rings, and these are rings which they pop out of this little punch card. And it's a very thick card. I thought it was going to open into a double, but it's a very thick card. It's a 4-player game, as we said. So these are the rings for each of the 4 players. We can pop them out, and I will do a little bit of assembling. Nothing more left on that one. Throw that at the top. And if I punch that little bit in the middle out, and I understand why they're quite thick, so that these don't bend, because you can see they are circular. If they weren't that thick, there'd be a real high propensity for them to bend and be ruined. So that's just one. Let's put the second one just carefully as it comes out. Two. You can do whatever you want with these. In the bin, though, is probably the best place for them. Let's do number 3. And finally, number 4. That's there. So they're the 4 rings that hold each player's marbles when they bring them out the dispenser. We have a whole lot of victory point tokens, which I think you collect during the game in certain actions. And I'll put that to one side. We have here, if I open this one up, now that looks like, I'm not too sure what that is actually. I don't recall it being in the game that I played, but I think that goes in there somehow. And there's a bend crease. I don't know if you can see that in the line right there where you bend that. So that'll be interesting as well to see how that one comes. Let's have a quick look here. So I have a feeling that could be, there you go. That's what it is there, the top of the dispenser. That's what that is, the top of the dispenser, and that's the way that looks. So it says it's now got a plastic dispenser, and we've seen the top there, and I'll put that to one side. There is the plastic dispenser. It's fairly sturdy, and it has got this little gorgeous artwork. You can see it in the light there, the gorgeous artwork that is on there. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could highlight that in some way, maybe paint it, do something with that. I know there are a lot of creatives out there that can think of things to do. There's the dispenser for the marbles to drop down and into that little row there. Put that off to this side. And we have the rest of it. We have our little player boards. And we can see we've got 1, 2, 3, and there should be a 4th one around there. Oh, this is the player board for the first player, which is why it's coloured differently. So the brown one is the first player, and that gets allocated randomly. So you'd probably put them behind your back, or you could do it some other way. That's okay. So that's each player board there. Put that off to one side. Excuse me. I'm going to sneeze, but I sneezed before I said it. Put them back in the game box. And here are all our marbles. These are lovely marbles. You can see there. Different colours for the 4 different colours that you have in the game. They're not player colours, by the way, just letting you know that. I'm going to put them off to that side. And of course, we have our decks of cards. 1 cards, 2, 3 cards, and I think maybe, I don't know, that's 0. It could be a 4 cards. Anyway, we'll open those, have a look through that. Let's look at the deck 1 cards. You do have 3 decks, but they've only shrink wrapped them in 2. I have to do that a little bit more carefully here. There we go. Sliding it in and taking that plastic off. I think we might have the 3 deck in here as well. Let's have a look at these sides. So we have our 1s. We have there are 2, so continued there. So I dare say the 3s will be in this yet unopened deck. Let's take the 1s, shall we? Let's just flip them all over. Let's have a look at the 2s first. So remember, the 2s have 2 to 3, require 2 to 3 marbles. So we've got them there. I'm just going to go through them all quickly. I'm not going to say much about each card other than you can see this converts 1 red marble to 2 red marbles. It costs 3 blue marbles to purchase, and it's worth 3 victory points at the end of the game. You can see the type it is there, and the type relates to what we have here. So that's a converter. You can see that little symbol right there. So that's a converter. Let's keep going through these. I don't know where I was up to. I thought 3 blue, that was the one. That one's worth 3 black. There we go. You can look at what all of these mean on your handy reference sheet. We now get to the picks. You can see down there the picks. Let's Still in the 2, 3, which is the level 2 cards at the moment. So you can see them all. Now we're into the plus, which is the upgrades. You can see here. You can see how that matches there. Lovely artwork which is on these. You can pause this and see if there are any repeated. I don't think there are any repeated. I think they're all very unique artworks on each card. There might be some which are duplicated. That's very close to being duplicated. Let's have a look at the yellows. There's a nice bright yellow machine there. I'll try and remember that one for future. See if we come to a yellow one with a similar thing. There's a yellow with a cute mouse on it. Blue is a different one. Still that mouse going around on the mouse or hamster wheel of success. I'm going to call it. So that one hasn't been repeated just yet. Still going yellow. So it does look like all the artwork is unique, and I just love that about games. It shows a lot of thought is put into the game when they don't repeat things. And they could have quite easily repeated the artwork, but it looks like they've gone for it. That one almost looked like one I saw before. You can do the rewind, see if it's there or not. So that's all of that deck. Let's have a look at this other deck, and this has level 2, which, as I said before, requires 2 to 3 marbles. I'll carefully slip my sharp knife in there. Let's get that in. Come on. Don't want to get into a card though. That's because it is a sharp knife. It could quite easily go through an actual card right on the corner. Very close to doing that. I feel like I might have even done that there for that one. Bit of a shame, but these things happen. Take away that plastic. Level 2, 2 to 3 marbles, and here we have, you can see the purple coming up. Level 3, which require 4 to 7 marbles. And this is one of the victory conditions, I think, gaining 4 of these level 3 cards. Here we have level 0, so that would be the 4 starting cards that each player gets. Let's flip them all over so we can see them anyway. So level 0, there's a file card, which allows us to pick one randomly when we file. And that's just something which is in the game. I'll let you learn that. I won't explain it at the moment. Because it is one you get at the beginning, it's worth 0 points. Let's get into some of these level 3 cards. You can see X marbles, 7 that are there. And that, again, that will all be explained in the handy reference sheet. In fact, if we look at that again, yes, they are all different. I thought, no, that is the same. So there are 2 of those. That's interesting. And they have the same artwork because they are the same. That's interesting, isn't it? And they, again, the same. They have the same artwork. So if it is the same card, identical, then it will have the same artwork. You can see generally the artwork is different because pretty much all of these cards are different. A lot of thought just going into the design of the game to make them all different. Although they're the same, they are for different colours and they have different artwork. Keep going through. You can look again, you can look up what all of these mean. If you want to see, there you go, level 2 card, so that will be build a level 2 card at -1 marble cost. That'd be for, that's a yellow version and that's a blue version of the same card. I'm sure yellows all have a similar theme, blues have a similar theme, red probably have a similar theme, as do black. But there is a little bit of crossover between them, as you can see when you're looking at the tops of the cards right there. Almost finished. This is a great little game. I'm almost tempted to buy a second box because I reckon you could play this in a certain way with 2 boxes for 2 to 8 players if you had a lot of people that are there. And you can see there that little nick which I did on that card right at the corner there at the top. when I was using my knife. So not a foolproof. In fact, maybe I should be using a blunter knife rather than a sharper one. That way I know I'm not going to get through the card. And it is very good, sturdy, thick card. I mean, it's not ultra thick, but it's sturdy thick, if that makes sense. You can see there how it isn't flimsy, and it is quite durable. And if you want, I'm sure you can buy some sleeves for that. So there you go. That is all there is. Lovely compartments for them. And again, you can use these videos to see how you can put stuff away as well. That is it. I'm just going to dump them like that. Thank you very much for watching, for enjoying, so you can see the components in Gizmos, learn a bit about it. This is a great general game for both beginners and also for expert people as well. There's a lot going on here, but not so much. So it's one of those games that is simple, but it can take a while to develop great strategy and great understanding. And it does level the playing field in that way, because, hey, last time I played it, I virtually didn't know what was going on, and I managed to win. Just goes to show anything can happen. Don't let that put you off if you're one of those gamers that likes to not have that element of luck there. Pretty much every game you play will have luck, except maybe your standard chess. So have fun with this. Go out. I recommend buying it. Support your local store. And as always, have fun with your gaming. Thanks for joining. Please like, subscribe, and share this video as well if you found it useful. This is LeMonde signing off.